Hello there, I'm Scott. So today I'm trying out a product that's been around in Japan for over 40 years. It's called the Calorie Mate Bar. So if you've ever been to a Japanese convenience store, you've probably seen these all stacked up near the energy drinks or quick snacks. They look really simple, but there's actually a lot of history behind them, and there are 5 different flavors to choose from. In this video, I'm going to try all 5 flavors, and I'll give you my honest opinion on how each one tastes, and also I'll be ranking them from my least favorite flavor to my most favorite flavor. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to judge which one is worth picking up if you come to Japan, or if you just want to know what all the fuss is about. So Calorie Mate was first released in 1983 by Otsuka Pharmaceutical, and they're the company that also makes Pocari Sweat, a very famous sports drink. It was designed as a balanced food, something you can eat really quickly but still get all the nutrients that you need, your protein, your carbs, your fat, vitamins and minerals. And it was really popular in the 1980s. It was like the bubble years in Japan, or just coming into the bubble, getting into the end of the bubble. So people were super busy and just working their asses off, really. And this was really popular with salarymen and also for students who were doing all-nighters, and they didn't have enough time to cook or get some good old food in them. So they chose this. It's kind of like a space food, really, isn't it? So the yellow box design hasn't really changed since the 1980s, which gives it a really nostalgic feel in Japan. And it's even shown up in a lot of anime and a video game in particular called Metal Gear Solid, which some of you may be familiar with. The character Snake, he takes a Calorie Mate to regain some energy. So Otsuka Pharmaceuticals actually did a collaboration. They licensed the product to the video game, which is kind of a rare thing to happen, but yeah. So it's not only a food which gives you energy, it's also a pretty important part of pop culture. So I've got all these little iconic little yellow boxes here, all 5 flavors. So from the top down, we've got cheese, chocolate, fruit, maple, and vanilla. They also have Calorie Mate jelly in a little pouch and drinks in cans, but I've actually never tried either of them. So I've chosen the little boxes. So in one box, there are 2 bars, or blocks, as they like to call them. And in one block, there is 100 calories. So this little box contains approximately 200 calories. You can buy the bigger boxes, which contain 4 sticks. So the bigger boxes are, of course, 400 calories. Now, the texture and the look of each one is very, very similar, but the flavors are supposed to be quite different. So it's quite important to choose the one that you really like. So let's look at the nutritional information of these products. Let's start with the original, the one that got it all started, cheese. So the cheese flavor was the very first Calorie Mate, released in 1983. If you've never tried it, the texture is like a dry shortbread biscuit, and the flavor is interesting. It's slightly salty with a subtle cheese aroma. So they all come in these little packages. They're color coded. And inside you can see like this. So they contain these 2 little bars. So they're not very big, they're very, very dense, pretty heavy. Oh, the cheese one smells pretty funky already. I already need a drink. I've got some barley tea today. This is the barley tea. Oh yeah, this is going to be a necessary one for this video. Yeah, it's not bad, but I think it's definitely an acquired taste. It's very kind of old school. It feels like something which has been around for decades. But cheese-wise, it's not got a particularly strong cheese flavor, but it does smell, you know, like feet or something, or somebody's old socks. I'd say it's the most functional out of the whole 5. And I'd say it's more about nutrition rather than about the taste. So I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10.
美味しいですよ.
Next up, we've got the chocolate. So this one came out 10 years later in 1993 and became a huge hit. So right away, it smells like cocoa powder and the taste is actually really nice. It's got a richer, deeper chocolate flavor than you'd expect from something this kind of plain looking. Smells pretty chocolatey. Let's taste some. So it's very dense, it's very dry, but it does have a kind of a comforting taste to it, that kind of chocolatey cocoa taste. It's not a dessert and it's not sweet like a candy bar, but it does have a very kind of a comforting balance between like the biscuity texture and the chocolatey flavor, but it's not an overpowering flavor. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, quite like it. If you're new to Calorie Mate, then this is probably a really good one to start off with. It's the easiest one to start off with. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10.
Arigato.
Now we're going to try the fruit flavor. So this one's been around since the early days too, and it's the most breakfast-like one. You can actually see little bits of dried apple and orange peel inside. So this one smells kind of fruity, but kind of cheesy at the same time. Again, it's very dry. It's got this kind of refreshing, tangy flavor to it, which makes it feel much lighter than the other ones. So apparently this was designed to give you kind of a psychological lift, like a little boost, just like you get when you've had like a morning meal in a bar form. Yeah, it's actually kind of like that. It's bright, it's cheerful, it's pretty unique. If you like granola bars or like those kind of breakfast bars, this is probably a good one for you. Yeah, I'd give this a solid 7.5 out of 10.
いらっしゃいませ.
Now we're moving on to the sweeter side of things. This one is maple. So this one came out in 2014 and it's often described as the most dessert-like flavor. So the smell is amazing, really gentle, warm, like pancakes with syrup. Whoa! No, that smells really nice. It smells like Disneyland. Maybe it's the caramel popcorn. That smells really nice. The flavor is mild, smooth, and not too sweet, but kind of really comforting. So this is probably the most natural flavor. Like if you don't like those like really artificial protein bars, you know, that taste kind of chemically, this one actually tastes the most natural. So I can see why this one is so popular. It would go really well with a nice glass of cold milk or perhaps a tea or coffee or something. It's still very dry. But yeah, definitely, I'll give this one 9 out of 10. Taste is really good and yeah, lovely. And finally, we've got the vanilla flavor. So this one's the newest of the main 5, released in 2016. It was created to have a milky, gentle taste, apparently, that you could enjoy at any time of the day. Smells like a normal cookie, nice kind of vanilla smell. You can see there's little not lumps in it, there's little particles, probably that's like vanilla flavoring or something. It's really soft and mellow, a little bit creamy. So this seems like the quintessential Calorie Mate. This is the reason why they made Calorie Mate, was for it to taste like this. It just doesn't punch you in the face with any particular flavor. It's just a nice, mellow flavor. So it seems, I don't know, kind of simple, mild, reliable flavor. A good entry-level Calorie Mate, if you know what I mean. And yeah, I'd definitely say this would go with some nice cup of tea. It just tastes like a normal cookie, except it does have that dryness and the crumbliness compared to a regular biscuit kind of cookie type thing. But yeah, I'd give this a solid 9 out of 10. All right, time for my personal ranking. Oh. They are really dry. Okay, I'm gonna look at my notes here. So in 5th place, we've got cheese. So It's the classic, but it's a bit too plain for me, and the smell was just a little bit funky. In fourth place, I'm going to do fruit. So I thought it was fun, it was different, but not something that I'd want to eat often, because it did have a slightly bittery, tangy taste with, I guess it was orange peel inside there. In third place, chocolate. Solid, reliable, a great kind of middle ground. Very, very good one. Second place, vanilla. I'm going to say this is smooth. It was very comforting and just like super easy to eat. You could eat it at any time of the day. Just a kind of a classic flavor. And number one, I'm going to choose maple. The smell was unbelievable. As I say, it reminded me of Disneyland. It's just got a nice general sweetness, warm flavor. And just like the right balance between a snack and a meal. So definitely recommend maple for that one. So if you've never tried Calorie Mate before, start with maple or perhaps even the chocolate. They're the easiest to eat without really having that feeling that you're eating a nutrition bar. They just kind of taste a bit more normal, you know? So that's my take on all 5 flavors of Calorie Mate. So it's amazing how these have become such a huge part of everyday life in Japan, from salarymen to students to hikers to people on the go. They're just, it's amazing how they've kind of caught on in the culture. And these iconic packages, I don't know, I just think they're kind of really cool. And because they haven't changed for over 40 years, it just adds that extra something. I don't know, there's something about them. Very 80s. So if you've tried Calorie Mate before, please let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite. And also, by the way, on this channel, I've reviewed some other similar products. The first one was this one here. If you've never tried these before, these are cream genmai bars. So I'll leave the link for you to watch that video. And also SOYJOY, which is a soy-based bar. So if you're interested in any of these products too, I've already reviewed them, so the videos are there on the channel. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers with my barley tea.